if you're going to create any new task. There is a standard properties. So the standard properties will be applicable for all tasks. Every task, it will be there. So name description, it's the same thing. You can provide whatever you want based on the requirement. So what is this? Allow concurrency? Can anyone tell me? Any idea? I forgot to cover. Okay, if this task can run in parallel to the other task or not. Yeah, which means the same task you can execute twice, 2 times, 3 times you can execute. Okay, the moment you are going to execute the second time, it will allow you to. With some number changes in the task, it will allow you to execute, or else it will say that already the task is executing. We are going to terminate this task or cancel the task. So allow. Concurrency mean the same task you can execute twice. Something like that. Okay, but is there any business significance of letting it do? Because? No, I never seen enable this, allow concurrency, but it's there. It depends upon a client requirement. If they want to enable, then we can do it, but you should know right. So what is the purpose of having this? Okay. Yeah. Could you repeat what you're doing? Allow concurrency means let's take an example. You have a performance task you have executed and it's running in the background, which means that if you want to execute again, it won't allow you to execute because the task is already running. Right. But in worst scenario, you want to execute a second time. Also, you have to enable this allow. Concurrency has to be enabled. Then you can execute the same task again. Okay. And host you. If you want to execute this task in a particular server, you can execute the task on the particular host. The number of runs, average run time. It's quite simple. How many times the task has been executed previously? On. What is the average run time it will take to complete? So you can use this details. If you want to reset, you can click on that. This is important for whenever, as part of the task monitoring, okay, we can go to Administrator Console from there. We can check from Task Results page using the filter, using the date filter. You can check whenever the task is going to end with error. So if you want to trigger any email alerts to particular people so that they can monitor easily, so in that scenario, you can enable this box. Did I cover this? No. All right. No. So it's quite simple email notification. You can select for failure. Whenever the task, this particular task, it could be our code aggregation, group aggregation, any task if it is getting failure and you want to trigger an email alert. And you can do it from here. You can select the email notification template, which email template you want to trigger. Okay, the task status. Let's select our status. The backend. You can check if you are going to trigger this task. Status email template. What will be there? So task status email template we have. So whenever the task is going to end, this email alert will get trigger. Email will get trigger. You can check the status. You can check the email subject first. So the task name will be there, and it will mention peoples of account aggregation. The status is success or failure. Here we have selected failure. Then it will be definitely it's going to print failure. This is going to be our email subject. Now let's talk about email body. So this is going to be email body, quite simple here. The task name and the task status will be there, which mean the peoples of the phone aggregation field are ended successfully. There is a condition also. Okay, if it is warning, then it will print this line. The task ended with warning. Okay, if it is terminated or failed. Any error, so it will print the scene. So this is not Java bean-held language. It's a velocity and combination of HTML as well. Okay. So if you want, you can change this body as well. So you guys able to understand the moment email is going to get trigger email. This is going to be the email subject. This is going to be the email body. Okay, and start at time completed. Time will be there. Now, after that, for more details, please check this link. Click on this link and you'll come to know. If you want to change the link or anything, you can update over here in the email template. Or if you want to create any new email template, then you can do it. So here, if you want, who is going to be the email recipients you can add. Mostly it will be some group of people. Some more group will be there. Or particularly if you want to add some particular people name, you can add it the moment the task is going to end with failure. The email will get triggered. If it is warning, you can do the same. Always whenever the status could be anything for the success, failure warning. You want to trigger an email for each execution, then you can achieve. This is going to be very helpful as part of the task monitoring, because we won't be able to check. We won't be able to check the status each and every time, right? We are not going to check like go to task. Results from there. You can check others from the database. You can check using some query. It would be very difficult. So if you get any email alerts, you can easily check. You will come to know easily. Okay, the task ended with error. We need to troubleshoot. If there are no recipients listed, which we want, like I want to send it to somebody, but that person is not listed here. How we can add him or her? You mean to say the identity itself? It's not present here. Yes, then you have to get the identity first. Identity onboarded first, and then you can trigger an email. We can't be integrated with the HR tool or something like that so that we can pull out the email recipient name from the data source? Integrated with HR tool means already have on an application, right? Already have integrated application from where we can capture the detail. I never came across this situation. So can you explain, elaborate? Suppose on application is onboarded. Okay, right now, I want to trigger a notification to the developer.